And that's how I set up for vlogging. What's going on, YouTube? Tom here. I promised you all I would get you a video this week. So I graduate in a couple weeks from college with a degree in engineering, and it's pretty amazing. It's like it's gonna rain here too. So naturally this is basically finals week. Summer we don't get an actual finals week, but this kind of counts, so to speak. Anyway, tomorrow I have 2 tests and Thursday another test. I'm on my way to go finish up a group project today, which is pretty exciting. It's my last project I have to work on. So it's pretty exciting that I'm almost done with this. And now, I've told you all my plans before about the Mustang, 2018 Mustang. I'm looking to buy one when they come out. Now, I'll just throw a quick update on that. Now, from what I've heard, it's going to actually go on sale for real in October. Now, do we know this for sure? No, Ford has yet to say anything, and I'm hesitating to talk. Ugh, gassy. I'm hesitating to talk to a dealer until it actually comes out, just because dealers tend to have a lot of false information. They tend to, you talk to one salesman, he thinks he knows, he really doesn't. I don't want to start talking to people until I'm more serious about putting an order in. Right now I just simply don't have money, and I don't, once I get some money to tie up into this, I'll do it. So actually I decided, okay, I'm about to get off my parents' insurance here pretty soon. And I thought, well, I'm going to have the truck. So at least for a few months, it's going to be just this truck in terms of me and cars. So let's do an insurance quote. Now, I'm 22, about to be 22 and a half, I guess, if anyone still counts half birthdays. Anyway, I did a couple of quotes, and the results were not pretty, first of all. And let's just say this, I have 4 accidents on my record, because in high school I did not have good luck with driving. Rear-ended a car, my first accident. Then I totaled the truck, that same truck, by rolling it over. Walked away from that, that was always the amazing part. So, and then this truck, I hit a parked car pulling out of a parking space. Really tight spaces, and people like to park really close. I didn't pull out enough, took the rear bumper off the car. And then my most recent one, which was almost 3 years ago finally, was I was making a lane change, didn't see the car, and ran into him. Honda Fits apparently fit perfectly in my truck's blind spot. Anyway, all of this said and done, I've been doing some different companies here and there, because advice I've heard with insurance was to go ahead and price them all out. Don't stick with one company and then every year price it out again. Get your rates cheaper. Never stick with one company, because at the end of the day they're going to raise your rates and you're not even going to know why. So I've been doing it that way, and right now the cheapest I've found was $1,300. That's through Progressive. Yes, we all know Flo. We've all seen her. So $1,300, and that's with that snapshot thing, which I'm gonna do some research into that in the near future, just to figure out what that is exactly. Because if that's gonna get my rates pretty low, that's the lowest. Like I said, I found that's for the truck. That's around $130 a month. And Progressive, I love them because they do all kinds of discounts. They're pretty generous when it comes to discounting price. So it's looking pretty good. So $1,300 a month, or a year I should say, not per month. That would be ridiculously overpriced. Last time I had a quote for that much, I was 16. That was before I even wrecked a car. So yeah, insurance isn't really friendly to me in particular. So anyway, doing some other quotes here and there. Right now that's the cheapest, and then I said, all right, I'll put the Mustang in. Let's get in a little experiment. Obviously it's gonna go up with a V8 Mustang. Let's face it, 22-year-old male, V8 Mustang, accidents on the record, a lot of power. The whole combination doesn't sound good, and I decided, well, I'm going to register the Mustang when I get it as a leisure vehicle, not as a daily driver. Tacoma, I've decided it's going to be, just a daily driver, because that's what it's going to be used as. It's not going to be Now, I mean, it's gonna have fun with it, obviously, but it's gonna get driven to work, etc., all the usual. Mustang is going to be for the weekends and drive to work on a nice day. Long story short, even for the Tacoma, with twice as many miles, it more than doubles my insurance to have a Mustang. It'd be, with the Mustang as the leisure vehicle and the Tacoma as the daily driver, it's going to be, give or take, $3,000 a year, and that's through Progressive. Same thing, Snapshot and all that other stuff they want to put in the car. All said and done, that's a lot of money. So don't get me wrong, it's not that I can't afford that. That's just a lot of money to spend on a car, so I'll be earning the, quote, big bucks. Not really massive bucks or anything, but I'll be earning a decent amount of money when I start working. I mean, 60 grand a year is nothing to sneeze at. Yes, don't worry, it's going to go up in the future, because I mean, I'm to the point now where I've realized that's not even as much money as it used to be a few years ago, just due to costs increasing. I so cannot wait to quit my current job. I don't want to talk too much shit about it, because I like the people I work with, I just hate the customers. Rude. So rude. But we'll have to see how that goes, because that job only earns me really pocket change. But we'll see. And of course, also right now for my college scholarship, they owe me $1,000. But yes, money. Trying to make that money and get the insurance on the Mustang sorted. It's not cheap. When you have enough accidents on your record, things cost money to do. And of course, I want to put some money into tuning the Mustang in the future. Right now, I'm developing kind of a plan. And so I think I've proposed right now, and this is subject to change depending on how the money situation works, but I think for at least the first year I own the Mustang, I want to keep it stock. I don't want to touch anything. Not going to put, not really, maybe dealer installed mods. Not really anything too serious like probably like a catback or something from the dealer. That's usually an option. Air intake's another one. They don't add massive amounts of power. Because the other thing is, I want to get used to the power rating. Because let's face it, when you watch these car shows and people go to peel out and all of a sudden they hit a crowd with a Mustang, it's not the Mustang's fault. It's purely the driver. And let's just talk about that for a second. That is because the driver is not used to the power of the car. Because Mustangs these days, 400 horsepower, and there's rumors that the newest one is going to get over 500. Go ahead and turn the truck off here. 500's a lot of power, and let's face it, what does a Mustang cost you? Mid-30s is not a lot of money for 500 horsepower, if that's what it's going to get. And even now, 400 and whatever. 400 plus, I mean, 350-ish to the wheel. It's a bargain car to start with. So, the reason people spin them out is because they try to drive like hoonigans with a car they barely know how to handle. Then all of a sudden, they're peeling out, and that's a bad combination. Me, I like to think I'm a little bit better of a driver than that. No, my accident record does not help that case. But, I'm not going to hoon the car for at least a year. Figured, let's get used to the car, drive it carefully, learn the quirks of the car, because that's, not to quote the great Doug DeMuro, the quirks and features. Well, the quirks are that the car is going to try to kill you if you drive it wrong. I mean, I drive a Tacoma now, and it's not very powerful, and even then, it's tried to kill me a few times, where you peel out of a corner too hard, and all of a sudden, the back end slips on you. The good news is, it doesn't have an open diff, it has a limited slip diff, which helps a lot, but you drive it wrong, it's still going to kill you. And you can kill yourself with 50 horsepower just as much as you can kill yourself with 500, so that's what I'm just going to say here. Now, I hope to not be one of those guys at a car show, but hopefully I will be attending car shows in the future. I don't go to many car shows now just because the ones people want to drag me to are usually the hoon shows, over here at my college campus, they have a show about once a month. I went once, and I just decided I don't think I'll ever want to go back. Now, not that it's a bad show, but it was all the hoons, the revving the engines, burnouts, and just all crap. I mean, like, ugh. I didn't have fun. You just can barely... I want to talk about cars, not see people hooning their cars. And plus, it was all crap that people bring. It's like... There was one guy who had a rusty-looking 3rd-gen V6 Camaro, and, like, he actually made a sign for it to talk about what kind of engine it has. And it's like, dude, the car's a piece of shit. If it was nice and restored, we would talk. But... to me, it just wasn't for me. The scene was wrong. I'd rather like a cars and coffee type event. That was at night too, and it was just, well, I ran into a bunch of people I knew from high school. They were hoons then. They're hoons now. So anyway, so if you like this video, go and leave a thumbs up. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. I would love to grow the channel. If you choose not to subscribe, that's okay. Go check my other videos out. I promise you, not everything is just me rambling. And have a good day.